Hi, everyone. I'm Steve. If you want to reach out to me or you have comments, please put them in the comment section of this video. You can also reach out to me at stevemain.com. So, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but when you're reading the Word of God, it sometimes, or a lot of people may think it doesn't really make sense sometimes. And this is one of my favorite examples. But it's about faith, and it's about trusting God and just doing what he says, even if it might not make sense. So this example is in Luke 5, 1 through 11, and it has to do with Peter and his partners, they're fishermen. They were professional fishermen. They knew what they were doing. And as you read through this, go read Luke 5, 1 through 11. And I'm going to just kind of describe it. I'm going to paraphrase like I sometimes do and just kind of read into what was happening because I am a businessman. And so Peter was a businessman and he was a fisherman. And I have a feeling he was really good at it. He knew when to fish. He knew how to fish. He knew the details of fishing. That's what he did. He knew where to fish. So Jesus is talking to the crowd and, he's getting smushed. It's a little crowded. So he jumps into Peter's boat and says, hey, push off a little bit. And so Peter does. And afterwards, Jesus says, okay, now let's push out and let's catch some fish. And that's where Peter says, that didn't make sense to Peter. And you can tell by the reaction, by what he says, and by what he did. So Jesus says, go ahead, let's push out. We're going to catch some fish. And Peter's like, okay, we've worked all night. Our nets are clean. What was he thinking? What was Peter thinking? I know how to fish. We fished the whole time when you actually catch fish and when you're supposed to fish, and we know where to go, and we didn't catch anything. And now our nets are clean. We're tired. We're ready to go home. And okay, well, that was a really good talk you just gave. And because you say so, I'm going to go ahead and put these nets back out and we'll go because you say so. And Jesus did say so. Go out, let's try it. So they get out there and they catch so many fish that Peter freaks out. And there's the fish are too many. And so Peter's calling his partners, James and John, hey, you gotta come help us. So they get to the shore and Peter falls at the knees of Jesus, and it's like he's freaking out. I'm a sinful man. Who are you? Get away from me. What was he thinking? And I think this is kind of what was going through his head. This is not how you catch fish. And you just told me a way to catch fish that makes no sense. But he did what Jesus told him to do. And what happened? He caught an abundant amount of fish in a way that shocked him. And that's what he said, who are you? Who are you, Lord? Blew his mind because he was an expert fisherman. It made no sense to Peter, but he did what Jesus said. And you can read about what happened. I love this example of, okay, you said to do it, I'm just going to do it. I love this example of what happens when we do that.